All right, everybody.
Welcome back, and good to see y'all again.
Drunken Disorderly Files Part 5 on here on the Scream All About It podcast.
Episode
6, episode 6, yes. Today we're covering Sunshine When It Rains, the 5th song on our album, Drunken Disorderly. It's down here, below my laptop and my name. Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music. If it's online, we're there. You can listen to the album. But we're going to be breaking down the song here on the podcast tonight. This is one by Pee Wee.
Yeah, just a song I wrote. Played it for many years. You know, I had the chorus down, and everything. Just my words always changed. Didn't ever understand why. And then when we decided to record it,
The original demo, at least,
yeah, I decided to write the words down so I could repeat the same thing because I would just, ad lib on the words and go from just what I was feeling at the moment in time, and it turned out to be a whole lot more meaning than I actually thought.
But before we get into all of that, everyone who is of legal drinking age in their country of origin, wherever you're from, wherever you're listening from, watching from, we're going to start off with our little shot. Where'd you put yours? Okay, you put it in the right spot this time. Cheers, everybody. Yummers.
Nothing like a little fire to get you started.
Now we're cooking with olive oil. All right. Sunshine When It Rains. Anything you want to say about the song before we start?
Just the intro on it. It was just something that I came up with. Kind of something similar to some other old 70s songs and stuff. Pretty similar chord structures and stuff. Just took it and added my own little changes here and there in it, and trying to make it a really pretty sound. Whenever I came up with it, I was like,
yeah,
oh, that sounds cool, man. Oh, that'd be a really sweet power ballad right there. A start for it anyway. So that's where the intro idea came from, as far as the musical intro on it.
All right, do you want to go ahead?
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and start it then. Real pretty intro on it. Bass drops in. Barney has a little walk there.
And want to just say a special shout out to Barney because he's did a phenomenal job on this album.
Never gonna wonder about the day to day. Never gonna see it in my own way. Never gonna worry about the lonely path. Never gonna be what's meant to last. 'Cause I see sunshine.
Before we get into the chorus,
It's the verse itself. Like I say, when I wrote it down, I mean, it actually brought a tear to my eyes because I realized, I was writing about several of my family members that I lost over the years. I lost my father and 3 brothers all within an 8-year span, and never really realized what I was writing about, what I was singing about all these. And I had the song for a couple years, before before I ever met Dom, even thought about laying it down anything. And it was just really, really emotional thing to me. And it really means a whole lot, it's about the support, of each one of my brothers and my father, who always supported me in my music and stuff. And, we were always a big close family, and, and losing them over, even though my father, he had bad health for 15 years, knowed it was coming, but still. And then my brothers had some. My brother, one of my brothers, Jeff, burned up in a camper. Just luckily, the EMT said he died of smoke inhalation before he ever burned up, so he didn't ever know anything that happened, you know. And then my oldest brother, who me and him kin, we were real tight, we're real close. You know, me and him used to be the overseers of the family, is what my dad used to say. Y'all two take care of every damn body. If something goes wrong, they don't call me, they call y'all two. I said, well, Pop, we know how to deal with it. And they don't have to hear us bitch about it. But anyway, he had a heart attack and died. And then my brother Lee, who was, you know, I've talked about in the very first episode, he was the one who come up with the band name. He was the one who was big on our heritage and everything. He died of cirrhosis of the liver and liver cancer, you know, and it was just all just in a short span. And when I wrote out the lyrics, and I was like, wow, that's what I'm talking about. I'm reaching out to my family who's gone to the happy hunting grounds. All my, you know, that's native, you know, that's we believe they're in heaven. Same idea as Christianity. The Native Americans and Christianity are almost identical as far as religion goes. Just call it different names, you know. Instead of the Great Spirit, it's God, you know. It's, you know, but it's basically the same thing.
Similar theology.
Yeah. So, you know, and that's what I think about, man. Whenever I'm singing this song, I think about my brothers and my dad looking down on me and, you know, pushing me forward to keep going, keep on doing it. You know, we still got you back no matter what, you know. And that's what, you know, never gonna worry about the time today. And you're never gonna see it in my own way. You're never gonna wonder about the lonely past. Never gonna see what's good or bad, you know. Hey, you just got, you know, it's just about keep going, man. Hey, support somebody, and if you've got a friend who's trying to play guitar or drums or stuff, or a son or a daughter or a brother or something, and they just making a big racket in the other room, instead of telling them turn that shit down, go in there and say, hey man, that sounds pretty good, could you turn it down a little bit, I can't hear the TV. Instead of turn that goddamn garbage off, man, that sounds like shit. I said, because that's what so many people do, you know. And you know, and I understand, you know, but that my family, we were always pretty tight and supported one another in the things we did, good or bad, right or wrong. We all still supported each other, and that's pretty much what the first verse is just talking about.
Yeah. Want to get into the first chorus?
Yeah.
All right.
What's meant to last? 'Cause I see sunshine when it rains, yeah. Never gonna worry about the time today. And I see blue skies when it rains, yeah. Never gonna worry about the pain today.
You know, and just as I was saying, you know, the line, I see sunshine when it rains. You know, look at the bright side of it, man. Don't look at the dark side, the sad side, the ugly side of things. You know, lost my family members, and I love them and I miss them, but I still look at the positive side. You know, they ain't got to deal with all the crazy stuff we do in this world anymore. You know, hey, and you know, and I see sunshine when it rains. Never gonna worry about the time today. Don't worry about things. Don't let shit get you down. Don't blow it off and go on, man. Hell, people get mad at you, pissed off at you, upset about something, and sometimes they're just pissed off at themselves and take it out on you. So you know, just best thing to do is just blow things off and just enjoy life.
Yeah.
You know, and then I see blue skies when it rains is, you know, when it's raining outside, instead of saying, oh, it's can't go out, can't do nothing when it's nasty weather. Look at the bright side of things, man. Hey, that's just
Yeah, it's an optimist outlook.
yeah. You got to keep positive, keep going, and you never think about the pain. You know, forget about that pain, man. You're gonna live on. You're gonna do something with yourself. Keep doing the things that the people that you missed. You know, with me in this song, my family members I love and I miss them, but I know they had my back and they would be telling me keep pushing, keep on going, don't stop just because we're not here anymore. You keep on moving forward, dude. Don't let it get you down. Don't let nobody to get you down. You fight it and go. You know, so just the basic outlook on life. Keep pushing, keep fighting, and give that brother that's in the back room going pow 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 pow. Give him a little support, even though it sounds like crap. Though.
Yeah, everybody
Man,
starts off playing Smoke on the Water.
Yeah, say, hey man, you're getting a little better.
Yeah.
I bought you a set of headphones today to go in your ear.
Yeah, you can hear everything you're doing.
Yeah.
So I can still hear the football game.
Yeah, see, that's what my brother did to me.
Yeah.
I lived with my brother in the younger days. Whenever I was younger, I was like 17. I was playing guitar there, and him and his wife be in the living room, and one day he came in after work, and he was like, "I bought these for you." He said, "Ain't that amp of yours got a headphone jack?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I bought these for you." I was like, getting tired of hearing me. He said, "I just don't want to hear my old lady bitch no more." He said, "It don't bother me. I can ignore it."
Yeah.
And that was my brother Bill. And, and I was like, okay. I plugged it in. Shoot, I could crank it up then. I was a rock star then. What?
Oh yeah.
Well, I was hitting them two-note power chord. Brah, brah, brah. Brah, 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 brah. I'm finding it in a minute. And hey, that little bit of a little bit of support. You can solve a lot of problems by being positive instead of being negative. And that's what this is all about. Being positive. This song's about being positive through all the negativity. Life deals you hard hands, man. I mean, I'll tell you. And like you've said in the past, it's easy to give up, but hell, you give up or give in, then they won.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation is, it beat you. Beat it. Don't let it get you.
Don't be a quitter. Yeah.
Yeah. Fight for it all, man.
Show that motherfucker, whoever they are, who's boss.
That's right. whether it's a job, whether it's just your relationship, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whatever it may be, fight through it, man. You're gonna make it. And then whenever you get beyond them, then you say, nice knowing you. You can always laugh at that. I go through life with a big smile on my face. My wife tells me, you got a beautiful smile, and you just smiling all the time. You laughing about everything, joking, cutting up about something all the time. I said, well, there's a lot of serious stuff I think about, but I try to keep that to me, and I think about that, and I deal with that, because I'm not gonna let it bother me. Life's too short. Never know when your next day is gonna be your last.
Yeah.
So you might as well enjoy every aspect of it that you can. And that's what this song is about. See, look for that sunshine when it rains.
Want to get into the next verse?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. See where we're at now. And again, really love what Barney did with the bass on this song.
Oh yeah.
You drop the lighter.
And every time I wonder
I'm good.
about the time we had,
Don't need to smoke
and
it.
everything we do seems free from sin. And I wonder about time again. Never gonna see what's good or bad.
All right, second verse.
You know, it's just basically what I was just saying. You know,
Mhm.
you gotta look at everything in a positive note, man.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna look at. You're never gonna see who's right or wrong. You'll never know. You know, you'll never want to see the good from bad. You know, you just keep on smiling and laughing and having fun. The ones who don't like you to do that, who want to cause you misery, are miserable themselves. And you know what they say: misery loves company. So if they can get you pissed off and in a bad way or in a messed up state of mind, then they got company. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's how they're living. They living in turmoil and want you in there with them. So come on, my life is sucks. Come on, let me drag you down with me.
Yeah.
And instead,
A lot of that.
say, no, bro, I'm gonna go this other way. I'm gonna have a little fun. I'm gonna enjoy this shit. Can't cry over that spilled milk, cause it ain't gonna do you no good. It's already hit the floor.
Yeah.
It's over. So yeah, hey, move on, keep going, push it forward.
Mm-hmm. Get into this next chorus.
Yeah.
All right.
Never gonna see what's good or bad. 'Cause I see sunshine when it rains, yeah.
Harmony comes in
Never
there.
gonna worry about the pain today. 'Cause I see blue skies when it rains, yeah. Never gonna worry about the pain today, yeah.
Before we crank up, anything else you want to say?
The harmony on that, Dom came in there behind that. You know, I'm not real. That was my highest notes right there in my vocal range.
Yeah.
And Dom come in there with, and I was expecting him to come in there with a higher range, and instead he comes in low underneath me, and I'm like, wow, man, that sounds really good. Where did he come up with that shit?
I mean, it wasn't really like underneath you, really. It's just like kind of right above where you're at. I wanted both the vocals to be kind of tight together. I didn't want too much contrast between them, so it was more relaxed.
Yeah,
at first.
but I was expecting it to be higher, to come
Yeah.
up real high above me, and it just barely, it almost blended. It almost blended
There we go.
into the same note. You know, it was just right there. Just I was like, wow, man. I wasn't saying that it was a low note you were hitting. I was saying that I was expecting a real higher, a lot higher.
Yeah, like,
pitch.
the Sebastian Bach type shit.
Yeah. That I'm used to hearing come from you, and then I heard
Yeah.
that, and I was like, wow, man, that sounds so beautiful together. And it did. It sounded great. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I mean that was usually I run with the first idea that comes to mind whenever it comes to vocal stuff, at least for harmonies,
Yeah.
because it's the most in the moment. It has more feeling than if you sit there and think about it, like I talk about whenever on the other episodes when I'm talking about recording stuff. The first takes are usually better
Yeah.
because the emotion is still there. You don't get tired of it and start overthinking shit.
Yeah, and he tells me all the time we'll be messing around with something and we'll add a bridge or just messing around with the song, and I'll start singing something, and he was like, I sure hope you got that recorded. I said, why? He said, first take's always great.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I didn't record it. He said, well, and I'd grab something, my phone or something, and hit record, and then can't never remember what the hell I was saying.
Yeah.
Never.
So I've just gotten in the habit of just go ahead and bust my phone out and start recording anytime he starts playing anything. I gotta capture that first take so we can remember what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, because I'll be like, man, that sounds good, man. I wish I could remember what the hell it was.
Yeah. All right, going into the solo.
Yeah, going into the build up into the solo.
Yeah, a little build up here. Ronnie finally gets to play drums. This is his break song. because he needs a little break to cool down because the next song after this one on the album. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
We'll get into that next episode, folks. We'll swear.
Oh yeah.
All right, solo. Before we get into the bridge, yeah. Something that I always hear from people that listen to the album, and I tell them this afterwards. They're surprised that I recorded all the solos on a Strat. It doesn't sound like a Strat. It's not all thin,
Yeah.
like single coils. But yeah, they're single coils. I lied. They're DiMarzio HS3s. So like, the stacked single coils, the noiseless ones. But it was Stratocaster, but it doesn't sound like it. It's like real chunky, low mid sound
Yeah.
for all the leads. So it's people are usually surprised, like, oh, it's Les Paul or something, The usual down here, oh, Les Paul or SG.
Yeah. yeah. That's pretty much everybody. People will be like, because my main guitar is a PRS and my backup is a Schecter, and then my third backup is my Les Paul. So whenever my PRS was down, I was having to get a pod put in it, and which Dom took care of that for me.
I fixed
too.
it. I put a new volume pod in it, and I rewired all that shit.
And
Just had some loose ground wires.
and while it was down, I was playing my Schecter and had my Les Paul for my backup. And one night during the show, I broke a string, so I grabbed my Les Paul, and they were like, "Yeah, man, that's bad." And I was like, "Actually, it's a little too thick." I mean, don't get me wrong, I like that heavy, deep sound, but when I go clean, it's a little too thick.
It gets too muddy. Yeah, there's no clarity.
Yeah,
Not as
there's
much clarity.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
No clarity to it at all. It's just muffled and kind of like what I call thick. It's real thick.
Yeah, that's just humbuckers,
Yeah.
especially like like higher output humbuckers,
Yeah.
like the DiMarzio pickups I have in my red guitar I normally gig with, at least with Silent Scream. I have DiMarzio Super Distortion in the bridge, and that's a real high output pickup. Not as much like an EMG or something, but it's passive pickup. But whenever I do the clean sounds, especially on all the clean stuff on this album, was done on that guitar, but I coil split the Super Distortion in the bridge, and then I have a 74 Stratocaster pickup in the middle that I have going along with it. So you have that real bright, jangly sort of. I was going for like that 80s studio session musician clean sort of thing. And I think I got it with this album, especially with the intro and stuff going along with Pee Wee's tone he had going on with the PRS and his Ampeg amp that had the built-in chorus and reverb, and it sounded really good.
Yeah, it's a world of difference on getting a good sound that everybody tells me guys I played with in the past and other musicians and stuff, man, you got a really good sound. You got a really good sound. I said, I've got an old 90s Ampeg stack. It's a
Was it 140H or something like that?
VH or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's got the old sound, and I like clean with some chorus on it, or distorted with a bunch of mud.
No in between, no breakup tones.
And they're like, man, you wouldn't do this, do that? No, this is what I've done my whole life. And I'm comfortable with this. I said, over the years, I've tried different effects pedals, different effects, and that never just sounded right.
Yeah.
This is where I got my sound, I guess you would call it. You know, it's what I hear, what I think it should sound like. You know, even when I hear other songs, it got some really crisp, clear, bright stuff in it, man, and all I got is just a little chorus behind it, and I'm like, man, you know, this sounds better to me than what they did with all this effects and stuff, and I was like, I'm just gonna do everything like that. Hell with it.
Silent Scream style.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that. And the solos and on like I say, Dom just puts a great melodic feel on everything. On everything I'm talking about. It blends so well. It blends so well. You know, you would think a lot of people go in the studio and they'll take 50 takes and then they'll take a piece of this one and a piece of that one and a piece of this one and put it all together. Dom does 2 takes, and it's either I'm gonna do this one or I'm gonna do this one. You know, it's not I'm gonna take a piece of this one and put it with this one and put this one together. You know, and mix and match, because a lot of musicians go in the studio and they put all these takes down and then they got to learn their own.
Learn their own solo, because it's pieced together afterwards.
Yeah. And that's what I like, the way we do things. You know, you ain't gotta. You come in with the idea, you've got what you got going on, you're happy with it.
Yeah.
Present it to the people like you wrote it, like they used to do back in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Nowadays, everybody's gonna chop up everything, and we're gonna totally reconstruct your whole song.
Yeah, I gotta quantize it and replace the drums with samples, and then tune the vocals
and all that, man. I want what I put on that album. I want to be able to do it live and sound almost identical.
And we do.
Yeah. And
I'll put the link to the video in the description if y'all don't believe us.
Yeah. Everything is just about identical. We may add, like I say, like on the end of Lifestorm.
Yeah.
We get the little beefed up drum line on the end, and we all could chunk it a little harder, a little heavier coming out of it.
We do a different outro on Get Drunk as well.
Yeah. Just to make it
different live. Spice it up.
Yeah. So you don't, like I say, it's just our style. It's what we like to do.
Silent Scream style, Triple S.
Never be satisfied. Always be willing to go that extra mile. Go ahead and throw something in there that if you like it. Don't let somebody talk you out of it. I don't know, man. I don't think, I've been doing this for 40 years, man. That ain't going to. If it's what you wrote and you feel good about it, tell them this is what I'm doing. And you may wind up like me, 57 years old, still trying to make it, but you know what? You're happy with what you did.
Yeah. You got something to show for it, at least.
Yeah. And you're proud of what you put out there, and you didn't have to compromise to do everything the way is. Oh, well, this is the way everything's got to be done in the studio nowadays. You got to start with this and start with that, and then take this and take that. No, man.
And I get where he's coming from, because I've done studio work before, and some parts of it I got behind it, but some parts just like I don't like having to clean it up in post. That kind of mentality. I think it's important to get a good take to begin with, and then build off of that instead of cleaning it up in post.
Yeah.
Because whenever I do studio work, I'm always done. I recorded 2 songs. Last time I went to the studio, at least when it wasn't with Silent Scream, I recorded 2 songs with them, and I got all my guitar parts done in 30 minutes. 2 songs.
Yeah.
30 minutes, final takes done, 30 minutes. Hop in the booth, get my shit done, get out of the booth. It's someone else's turn. Let's get vocals recorded.
Yeah.
Anyway, talking about going the extra mile, let's get into the bridge.
There you go.
Talking about Walk the Lonely Road, where the lyric is. Here we go. Coming out of the solo here.
For you.
we'll stop it there before we get into the chorus. The bridge. Anything you want to say about it?
Oh yeah, man, I mean, just like it says, every time I want to take the lonely road,
Yeah.
and every time I do, it seems to explode. You know, it's just every time, you know, I try to do everything on my own without any help from anybody, without, you know, having the support of the people, you know, who stand behind you and stuff, you know. And every time you do, you know, you go a different direction. You go on your own, and then you wind up. Well, my examples is, you know, that it turns out, a lot of times it just blows up in your face, you know.
Yeah.
And then every time I want you to take a walk with me, because everything I'm doing is for you to see, you know. It's about my family members, you know. What I'm doing now, I want them to see me, and I still they're still with me, you know. With every breath I take, everything I do, they're still with me, you know.
Yeah.
They're there, you know. Just because they're not here in person and living anymore, that don't mean that their spirit ain't behind me on what I'm doing.
It's not like they aren't looking down on you.
Yeah, and you know, and that's why I got to keep myself focused on. They're still there with me. That they're going to show me the right way to things to do. I always took advice from my family, and most of it was good. You know, don't get me wrong. Some of it wasn't so good.
Yeah.
Some of it wasn't good at all. But you know, but still, they were there supporting me regardless of how it turned out. You know, and that's what you got to look at. You know, you know, if you've lost someone, they're not gone. They're still there with you. You know, they're right there in you, in your heart with you, right there every step of the way. They're going.
As long as you remember them, they're still there.
Yeah, and that's this little song kind of gives them homage to, you know, to all the support and everything that they've done for me over the years and throughout the years. When I was first playing guitar, got a little egotistical because I started listening to everybody else telling me how great I was and how good I was, and I wound up, I really wasn't that good, you know. I was okay. I was average, you know. But I wasn't even average at that point in time. But I let the people take me down that lonely road, you know, instead of staying with the people who were supporting me.
Yeah.
You know, and they were like, you know, yeah, you're doing good, but, you know, keep working at it, Nah, I got this. I know what the hell I'm doing. You know.
Yeah, what do you know?
Yeah, and I'm like, man, you ain't playing this instrument. I am. I'm playing. I know what I'm doing, and then it turned out I didn't.
Yeah, it happens.
You know, and it wasn't just about music. It's about everything, anything and everything in life. You know, but that was just, you know, one of the things that I did. You know, I let guys who and women who just, you know, seen I was playing a little bit out, was doing good, and got a little attention, and they wanted to jump the bandwagon with me and run and go party and all this.
Yeah.
And it turned out, you know, where instead of going, I was out partying more than I was practicing, and it all kind of just slipped away, and it took me a while to, like I say, to get my perspective back, to get my mindset and get my mind straight on how I was going to do this and wasn't going to listen to all that. You know, I hear, you know, I know Dom does too. You know, we hear so many people say, oh, man, y'all are great. Y'all need to be somewhere else. Y'all could be making, you know, y'all should be on top right now. And if we let all that go to our head, we'd be sitting right here getting drunk, not trying to do any better, not trying to go any further.
Yeah, because the moment you stop trying to improve, you stagnate. You know?
Yeah.
You think you're the shit. Oh yeah, I got my shit together. You stop improving.
Yeah. And that's what, and me myself, I tell everybody, I surround myself with better musicians, Dom, Barney, Ronnie, and you know, and they say, oh, you don't give yourself enough credit. Yeah, I do this to keep myself humble. As long as I got better musicians around me, it's gonna make me work harder to stay up to their level. And I want these musicians who ain't satisfied with being as good as they are. They themselves want to get better. So if they're getting better, and then I got to stay up with them. If I'm going to play well, I got to get in there and work my ass off and do all I can to make it a little further.
All right, going into the chorus again. All right. Oh, harmony there. Love this film.
Sassy sunshine when it rains, yeah. We're never gonna worry about the time of day. And I see blue skies when it rains, yeah. Never gonna worry about the time of day.
Going back into the pre-chorus after that, the bridge.
Yeah, and like I say, you know, it's just what we keep saying about every song, you know, right from your heart,
Yeah.
right from your heart, right about life experiences, good, bad, you know. We got some songs on this album that just ain't about nothing but getting drunk, bottle of beam, get drunk, you know.
We're gonna get to get
But
drunk.
but
yeah.
it's life experience, you know. Hey, it's just things we did, you know. Right
Yeah.
about
It's authentic.
write about something silly and don't make no sense, that don't really matter, that ain't gonna, you know, and then write about stuff serious stuff that you've been through, you know.
Yeah.
Write about everything in your life, okay, you know, and just keep positive. Keep
It's an outlet. It's a way to express your emotions about, you know, your emotions that you feel around these life events.
Yeah. And that's what it's all. I mean, that's what the whole album is about. You know, having fun, enjoying life.
Yeah.
And if you're writing music, then you love it. I'll just tell you straight from the door. If you're writing music, you love it. You're not doing it because it's a job. You're not doing it because, you know, it's gonna make me rich and famous. You know, you're doing it because you love it. And
There's
so
some people who try to do it to
Yeah.
get rich, but it doesn't.
doesn't work out.
No, you can tell listening to it.
Yeah, because you know when stuff is forced together, it sounds like crap.
Yeah.
When something's heartfelt, you feel it. You can feel the emotion in that singer and that guitar player and that drummer. You could feel them emotions come from them.
Yeah.
And it's and it's something you can relate to, you know. And it's like, wow, man. You know, like I say, when I wrote the lyrics down to this song, tears welled up in my eyes, you know. And Dom actually asked me, he said, "You all right?" I was like, "Yeah, man, just writing this down. I finally realized what I was writing about. You know, what I've been singing about." I said I had the chorus, you know. We didn't even have the bridge. We came. You helped me work the bridge on that.
Yeah. When we did the original demo.
Yeah. You helped me work the bridge on it, and I was like, yeah, and it was just at the point in time I was just overwhelmed, but then I was relieved because I knew what this song was about, and I was glad that this is what I was writing about. That it's something that I'd been singing this song.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'd go out with chicks and I'd like, "Oh, I wrote this song about you," and I'd start playing the song and I'd make up words to it as I went along. Oh, she's pretty blonde hair and a sweet old ass, and just making up shit as I went along.
Yeah.
And oh, you wrote that for me? Yes, I sure did. So I must have wrote that for about 40 different chicks. And all y'all out there that know what I'm talking about, sorry, girls.
Yeah. Sorry.
But we had fun.
I'll take his word for it. When I get into the bridge.
Yeah.
Bridge again.
With every time I want you to take the lonely road, with everything I do seems to explode.
before we finish off the song there, I know we've been talking about Barney this whole song, but I really love what Ronnie did with the drums.
Oh yeah,
Really good drum fills all the way through. Always keeping us on our toes, especially live, because he doesn't. None of us play it the same live, on any of the fucking songs.
We're in the neighborhood, but we add a little something or adjust somewhere here or there.
Yeah.
It's always
You can put a little bit more in there if you want to.
all right. This one's mine. Ain't it?
You can put some more on mine too. You've been pouring them a little light tonight.
Oh well. Here you go.
Thank you.
See, I thought just because we was on radio that we might have been slowing down, but I guess I was wrong.
Silent scream style. Oh,
No,
man.
honestly, I was just trying to make sure I didn't spill nothing on your laptop. just to
No,
tell the
laptop's
truth.
fine. Yeah.
Just to tell the truth.
It's under warranty.
Oh, okay.
Don't take that as permission to dump shit on it.
No.
Yeah.
Would never do it intentionally.
Yeah, I got a lot of work shit on here.
But you know what they call me? Pee Wee spills a lot.
But yeah, the bridge there had the harmonies come in, the vocal harmonies, and then after this we have a little outro solo thing and some vocal stuff going on. Anything else you want to say before I let it play out?
The harmony solos, like I say, just work so good together, man. I mean, everybody. I mean, this is something that we get all the time. How long do y'all work on harmonies together on different songs and stuff?
Oh yeah.
And we're like, never.
No, we never do.
We come together at practice, and he'll sing something, and I'll go to. We know a little bit about harmony vocals and stuff, and
Yeah, we know enough theory to be able to get through that.
Yeah, to get to the spot where it sounds good together, and
Yeah.
we just try with one another whenever we're at practice, and you know, whenever I hear something and Dom hears something, we'll tell each other, hey, man, that sounded really good. We got to keep that in there like that. He said, yeah, it did sound good. Yeah, well, let's do it like that, and then boom, it's in the song. We don't sit and shit
Yeah,
together.
they're going up and down the scale. No, just
No, we
if,
don't.
If it's something I wrote, Pee Wee follows me. If it's something Pee Wee wrote, I'll follow him.
Yeah, and it's just we worked like this from the beginning.
Yeah, from the get-go.
Even with all the covers and stuff.
Yeah.
We did the same thing with them. I mean, we don't ever work on harmony. We just sing. We just sing, and I guess we kind of over the past 3 years we've gotten better at. We know where the other one's going.
Yeah.
Try to jump in there. Whenever Dom's singing, I try to jump in and ride.
Yeah.
Because he will
up
drag
all
me
night.
behind. He will drag me behind the bus.
Yeah, not intentionally, but it just happens, you know.
No, he's like he's mentioning up all night.
Yeah.
I have to tell him all the time. He'll sing something like that, or Journey, and I got to sing backing vocals on it, and then I'll have a song right behind it, and it's a high song, and I'm like, no, man, I need something
You
a little
need a
lower.
low song, yeah.
And he's like, what? I'm like, man, my backing vocals on your songs are usually higher than the songs I sing.
Yeah.
So I need a break after singing back up for you.
Speaking of high vocals, let's finish off Sunshine, then we'll closing comments, our little shot, and then call it an episode because we're already at 45 minutes.
Oh wow.
It's a long song, there's a lot to talk about on this one, especially because there's so many emotions wrapped up in it with how you wrote the song and everything. But yeah, going back in, here we go. And that's Sunshine When It Rains.
And as we were saying, you know, right before he did that, you could hear those real high vocals that he's doing on the back end vocals. So imagine when he's singing lead, what I got to go through. No, we have a good time and enjoy doing what we're doing, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Well, I think we both complement each other real well, vocally and on the guitars and stuff, and I think the whole band does. You know, we all work really well together, and we just glad that we could put out some good quality music out there because there ain't hardly any anymore.
Yeah, I mean, not to knock any musicians out there, but just, you know, no one's doing this sort of style really anymore.
It's you know, you'll hear of one or two bands that's got something going on, and then when you listen to they got great singers and great musicians, but there's no hooks. You know, there's nothing that gets you. There's nothing that you can associate to.
Yeah, the vocals are great, but the guitar is just kind of generic.
Yeah.
It's just all power chords all the way through. There's no defining riff.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Nothing that stands out to you. That,
Yeah.
You know, that says, hey, when you hear that riff, you're like, hey, oh, that's so and so.
That's that song, you know. It's like Round and Round by Rat. Everybody knows that riff.
Yeah. Oh.
Instantly.
Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine.
Everybody knows that lick.
Yeah,
Everybody knows how that song starts.
As soon as you hear it, you know what it is. You know.
First note, you know what it is.
Yep. That's what we're trying to do. That's how we're trying to write our music, to where you can there's something defining in it that you're gonna recognize right from the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And as far as we just the way we put this album together. It was just we actually rushed it. We
slight time crunch.
Yeah, we were in a time crunch, and then getting it to the getting everything recorded, mixed, mastered, which give Dom all the praise in the world. He worked many late nights, come in on his lunch break and work on it and work.
Yeah, I mean, my job was like 10 minutes away, so I'd have an hour lunch break. I'd come back home, and in 40 minutes, I recorded the vocals to the next song we're gonna talk about, Scatterbrained, on a lunch break.
No.
And then a lot of the backing vocals, lunch breaks, many nights staying up till fucking 2, 3 in the morning on a weekday. I still had to be up at fucking 7, ready for work at 8, and I was still, you know, many pots of coffee, many full pots of coffee. Drank while working on this album.
Not to mention all the vodka and stuff too.
Well, that was later. That was a sleep aid.
Yeah, there you go. Say, all right, I've been messing with this for damn 4 hours. I need a break.
Now I need to knock the fuck out because I gotta be up in 3 hours for work.
There you go.
But hey, we got it done. It's up and out there.
Oh,
Y'all are listening to it. But yeah, that is Sunshine When It Rains. Anything else you want to say about it before we play the whole song?
No.
All right. Well, we're going to play the whole song. We want to thank y'all for listening, watching. This is episode 6 of the Silent Scream All About It podcast, part 5 of the Drunken Disorderly Files. The 5th song on the album, Drunken Disorderly, which is down here underneath my name. Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Music. If it's online, we're there. And we appreciate y'all sticking in with us for 50 minutes and 12 seconds. Long fucking episode this time.
Oh, yeah.
But there was a lot of emotion wrapped up in this one, how it was written, you know, personal stories.
Yeah.
And I really love how this song turned out in particular. You can tell the emotion is there. And let's go ahead and do our send-off shot. If you are of legal drinking age in your country, feel free to join in. And thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Damn.
wonder about the day today. Never gonna see it in my own way. Never gonna worry about the lonely path. Never gonna be what's meant to last. 'Cause I see sunshine when it rains, yeah. Never gonna worry about the time today. And I see blue skies when it rains, yeah. Never gonna worry about the pain today. And every time I wonder about the time we had, and everything we do seems free from sin. And I wonder about the time again. Never gonna see what's good or bad. 'Cause I see sunshine when it rains, yeah. Never gonna worry about the pain today. 'Cause I see blue skies when it rains, yeah. Never gonna worry about the pain today. With every time I want you
Thank you guys for joining us on the Silent Scream All About It podcast, episode 6, part 5 of the Drunken Disorderly Files, Sunshine When It Rains.
Sharon, is that somebody in the art?
Oh shit, we got Ozzy Osbourne in the...
Get the dogs, man, get the dogs. Sharon!
See you guys next time. Thank you guys for tuning in if you made it this far. See you guys next episode.